just recorded Shark Tank. All right?
Record it.
Yes, I did.
Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Mark. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
I thought you were going to play Listen to the Rhythm of the Falling Rain.
Live from our broadcasting studios in New York. That's Oceanside, New York. It's the Rebellious Rev and the Doc. I'm the Rev.
And I'm the Doc, broadcasting from Brooklyn, Hillary Clinton's headquarters, in case you're interested.
Well, it's nice sitting there. Nice hearing from you there, Doc. I hope you're enjoying it there.
Oh, it's all frenzied here. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 4 days. You glad? I know we are.
Well,
you know, now is probably the most interesting time to watch this because every 10 minutes something changes, and I don't even put it on the news anymore because I'm tired of it.
You know, you and I were discussing this prior to going on the show, as many hosts do before they do a show, or guests, and we were both finally in agreement saying that, number one, we can't believe it's finally coming to an end on Tuesday. Number two, we'll probably have one more show when we go over the results next Friday. But we are so tired of this, after doing it for almost 2 years straight, that we don't even know what we're going to discuss 2 weeks from now.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there's no more electioneering and campaigning to discuss.
You never know. Hillary may still get locked up.
Well, even if that was to happen, you know as well as I do that it takes a hearing, a trial. You know, I mean, Trump can't just do what he said and just lock her up.
No, I'm just saying, but that means we'll be following all the innuendos and the trials and the all the other stuff, and you know, it would be quite interesting.
Well, interesting, yes, that's probably what it will be. Oh, by the way, why did you give...
I did find out one thing, though.
What?
Hillary will not be able to pardon herself if she's president.
She wouldn't, huh?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be funny if it's up to the Supreme Court? You know, I have to ask you a question. Why on earth did you give your cousin my cell phone number?
Which cousin?
Well, who do you think?
Oh, you talking about Anthony?
Yeah, BD. Big Dick.
Mr. Wiener, my second cousin.
You know, I mean, I ignore his emails because I don't want to be dragged into this FBI investigation.
Well, I told him to call you because I told him those rumors that you like to look at pictures.
Not the kind that he's talking about.
I didn't say what kind.
Well, I think you're just looking to get me in trouble.
Okay. What else?
No, I'm just saying, you know. I mean, just because he's got a girl that's turning 16 in another month and he's going to her party, you know, shit, don't invite me.
Yeah. No, I got to... He's getting accused of sexting to a girl that's underage. I didn't even know there's such a law.
Well, if he's sending photographs and stuff, I mean, listen, it depends what he's saying. If he's making lewd innuendo, okay, that could be...
I mean, he sent the picture of him and his son and the dog, I think, right?
He doesn't have a daughter.
Oh, it's dog, I said.
Oh, his dog?
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
It was him and the son on the bed. I don't know if there's a dog or
Well, the
not.
question is, was he wearing his pants or not? I don't know.
He was just in his shorts.
Well, I couldn't tell
Underwear
you.
shorts.
I don't know.
With a heart on. Either that or he's naturally that way. I don't know.
Well, there are people that walk around their apartments naked. I can understand that. It's your own, a person's home is their castle,
Yeah, well, wait a second. I already got a call. I guess with that word. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another caller. Who's this?
Hey, this is your buddy Ed from Florida. How you doing?
Hey, Ed, how are you?
Man, you guys are
All right, man.
you guys are in the highlights these days, huh? Big guys.
Oh, man. I-4 corridor where I live, I-4 came out as the most dangerous highway in the United States for deaths.
Oh, yeah?
The most per mile. It's like
Really?
1.5 per mile highway. It's more dangerous than any interstate in the country, but it's also the interstate that's going to elect the next president, probably. Because I think still whoever wins Florida is going to get it.
Well, that's why I said you guys are a big deal these days. They keep talking about it.
Hey, you got to go back to Tim Russert. Florida, Florida, Florida. That's going to be it.
No, it's Florida, North Carolina. And,
Well, if Trump doesn't win Florida, it's going to really, really be tough for him. It's going to be almost impossible.
if he does
So he
win,
has to win Florida.
if he doesn't
If
win,
he does win if he wins Florida, more than likely he's going to get it. If he doesn't win Florida, he's going to have to win North Carolina, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Iowa, Wisconsin. You know what I mean? And that's just too many that he'll probably have to overcome. I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but more than likely, if he loses Florida, he's
listen, his road is not easy. Hillary's right now.
No,
She's
that's
at
why he has to have Florida.
Hillary right now is at 268.
No matter how you slice it, come Tuesday morning, there are going to be a hell of a lot of Americans that are going to be very surprised, one way or the other, because the country's pretty much split down the middle.
Yeah, and it's a nasty split too.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about which one gets in there. I mean, it's like I don't see a lot of hope with either of these candidates. They're not.
Well,
the worst two set candidates.
Well, it's not only.
Had.
Hey Ed, it's not only that. You know that with the kind of Congress the president-elect is going to inherit or get, not much is going to get done anyway in 4 years.
Well, if he's a Republican, maybe. If it's Hillary, the Republicans already said they're not going to work with her.
Well, all the news shows, or many of the news shows today, they're all talking about Paul Ryan. And, look, a lot of things I don't agree with Paul Ryan, but he is a voice of sanity within the Republican Party to a certain extent. And they're saying he's going to have a tough time getting reelected as Speaker of the House.
Yeah, he might.
There's a lot of people who don't like him, man. He's not a very popular guy.
And
he didn't do good when he was in there. And he's just, he needs to go.
Well.
And hopefully he will go. But it's hard to say who's going to win. I heard that North Carolina, the ACLU, if you read it online, if you read North Carolina, the ACLU case, they say if Trump wins, the ACLU and the NAACP are going to bring up a lawsuit and not release, against North Carolina electors, because they said that there was a lot of people taking off the rolls.
I know. A lot of people, they said first of all, they cut back the days for early...
So that could be a cliffhanger. We might not even know who the president is, because if that happens, that amount of vote swing, if Trump does get it, could switch it back. So if that's held up...
Oh, gee, Ed.
They won't give it to Trump.
When have we...
But they're going to...
Yeah, go ahead.
They're going to have to... Well, the federal government will be putting pressure. Well, you have to come, take it to court immediately. You got to come up with a decision, just like they did in Florida when Florida took it to court to give it to Bush.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When have we heard that before? I mean, 2000.
Right, it could be like that. So we might be waiting a couple of weeks on top of it. How's that going to make America feel?
Well, it may make America, Obama may be president for 1 month more than he wanted to be, I guess. I don't know.
So what are they're going to have to do after that? Have another election in North Carolina?
I don't know. That would be up to courts to decide if their suit is even viable.
Yeah,
They're going to bring suit.
Yeah, you know what you got?
The thing,
Look, it's supposition on my part. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a constitutionalist. But depending upon what the Electoral College, count is, if North Carolina's electoral votes makes a difference in the outcome of the election, yes, it'll really affect us.
Well, I'm sure it's going to make the difference if Trump wins.
But if they add it to Trump and he still doesn't have enough, it won't make a difference. So either way, Hillary would be president.
Right. If it be that Hillary already has 270, it doesn't make a difference. But if Hillary doesn't have 270, or if Donald Trump has 270 plus, they can hold it up, and he won't get the election.
Right. If it means taking it away from him, and then he drops down below 270, you're right.
Well, the only way
possibility.
The only way they can take it away from him is by having a recount.
Yeah, well, recount, or they can claim the whole state's in fraud. They might have to do another election in North Carolina. But that's very speculative, and who knows? I mean, if that's going to actually happen. It's just another scenario, just like the scenario that Utah might go to become. If that happens, Utah they could end up both at one at 262, the other at 265, and neither of them get in. Then they'll go to the House of Representatives, and that hasn't happened since 1880.
Well,
and then Ryan gets to choose.
Well, only if it's going to be close. If they get the 218 that they need, Trump has more support in the in the House of Representatives than he does in the Senate, I believe. So, I don't think he'll have too many problems there.
Right. But he might have problems in the House of Representatives. A lot of people in the House of Representatives don't like him either. So, I mean, he rubbed a lot of those people the wrong way.
Yeah, but if they have
people are distancing themselves from him.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
So that could happen.
Well, because he made it a point earlier on in his campaign of saying, I don't need any of them. And what hurts a person more than hearing somebody say, hey, I don't need you. I could do it by myself, which is basically what he said.
Yep.
Well, listen, the House of Representatives stays Republican. And they have to make a decision about Hillary or him. They'll pick him probably, I think.
Well, I don't know.
They can do that to them.
Yeah.
Well,
they could pick somebody else. They have the right to.
Hey, Ed, you know what I will say? A lot of those politicians who like to say that whoever they vote for is a secret ballot, if it comes down to the House of Representatives, they're going to have to be there in chambers and say out loud whether they agree with, Hillary or Trump. Those Republicans that are, still on the fence supposedly or refuse to admit who they're going to vote for. And then you have senators like, you have Republican congressmen like Jason Chaffetz from Utah, who originally back on October 7th said that, how can I look my 15-year-old daughter in the eye, and tell her that I support Trump? And then just this week he walks it back and says, well, I'm still going to vote for him. Or you have Ted Cruz saying the same thing. Okay, or Kelly Ayotte in the Senate saying that, well, I wouldn't want my 15-year-old daughter to be in the same room with him.
But I'll vote for him.
But I'm going to vote for him. I mean, geez, come on.
Well, the whole thing is, they find Hillary a lot more frightening than Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good situation either way. I mean, it's going to be crazy to see what happens. But I can't really talk long tonight. I got to get going. I got some errands I got to run. I just wanted to say hi. And next week, when I call in, when you got